Today we are going to create a landscape of the state you live in using any materials you have on hand. I am using colored pencils, watercolor, heavy-duty paper, a stencil of Florida, a Sharpie pencil, and a resource sheet that I created with elements that remind us of Florida. Now trace your stencil. You are going to be creating a silhouette, just the outline of the state. Since I live in Florida, I'm going to do a seascape. Let's say you live in Texas, you might do a landscape. First, start with a horizon line. I added another ground line to represent the sand. Once you're done adding your ground lines, think to yourself, when I think of Florida, what do I think of? What comes to my head? Oranges, the sun, a palm tree, the beach, sand castles, surfboards, and the list goes on and on. Use that resource sheet that you created or downloaded mine to help you with some ideas. The next step is totally optional, but here I am using a Sharpie and outlining everything that I drew. Next, we're going to add color using colored pencils and practicing all those awesome color pencil techniques. But do not color the background, that's for watercolor. I love teaching my students how to use a little bit harder pressure along the inline, not outline because we outlined with Sharpie, of your drawings, and then lightening up that pressure, coloring in to the center a little bit more, blending some colors, experimenting with color theory, cross-hatching, stippling, and most importantly is focusing on that amazing, fantastic craftsmanship, because that matters in everything that we create in art. Now, for the background, we're going to start with our watercolor technique of wet on wet. First, I just added some water to the sky and then loaded my brush with some blue paint and just dabbed on top of those wet areas to see the paint spread all over. Try blending some other colors in there as well, some blues, some greens, and see what colors are created. Another technique is we're going to create some texture by using a more drier brush, loading the brush with some blue, and created some wavy lines to create some waves, some movement in our ocean. Now onto the sand, and another fun technique is just using small brush strokes. Gives us some texture, some movement, and a fun way to blend colors. When your painting is a little bit more dry, you may go back over it with colored pencil or some more watercolor paint or even markers and just add some more depth and some more texture and some deeper, richer color to make these details pop. And voila, you created a beautiful masterpiece of the state you live in. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I cannot wait to see what you created. Bye.